Hey, good people, Dr. Earl here. I want to take a few moments to reflect on a good wrestling company that really went astray. I am referring, of course, to WCW, World Championship Wrestling. It was supposed to have been Ted Turner's version of the WWF. He tried to buy the WWF at one point. Vince McMahon said, ain't gonna happen. So he comes up with his own. He buys up Jim Crockett Enterprises when he found out that Jim Crockett had no more money. So basically, there you go. We titled it WCW. Get on TV, come out with WCW Saturday Night. And also, let's get Hulk Hogan. Everything seems good. They get Randy's Macho Man Savage on there as well. They still keep some of the stars from the NWA like Kevin Sullivan, Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Sting, Road Warriors. Oh, we got to add the Junkyard Dog from the WWF is in there as well as a guy named Ray Traylor, the former Big Boss Man, who at that time was calling himself the Guardian Angel. It all goes pretty good, and then all of a sudden, one of the guys who are running the place, Eric Bischoff, a Detroit native, decides to come up with an idea. It's like, let's come up with a faction that's more anti-establishment than it is. Let's call it the NWO, the New World Order. Get Kevin Nash, the former Diesel, and Scott Hall, the former Razor Ramon, up to bat, and there you go. Let's start something good. Let's start some controversy. Let's promote a third man to be in the group. Who would that third person be? Hulk Hogan. Yes, the Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan turned heel doing the NWO turn. It was like seeing Luke Skywalker turn his back on his rebel sister to join his father on the dark side. At that time, 1996, that was a big ass deal. It was a big shock. So what happened with the company? Well, let's break it down. One of them was Hulk Hogan's ego. Knowing the fact that as big Hulk Hogan is, the Goliath of the wrestling world that he always was, and by the way, from what I heard, he is a Goliath. He does, from what I've yet to see him myself, but of course, who can nowadays? Part of the problem is that he always tried to make himself always look on top. Come out on top. Always come out the winner no matter what. I come first, my sidekick comes second. Another problem is the way they treat the mid-card guys. You had a lot of talent up there that needed to be shown off to the world, but instead, it's the big wigs like Savage, Piper, Flair, all that stuff, keeping the mid-card guys down. Why? We're not going to have our spots taken over by these cats. You got to remember, wrestling is a big egotistic business. It's also a very insensitive business as well. Another problem may have been the simple fact that the guaranteed contracts that Nash, Hogan, Hall, Savage were all getting was slowly draining away the bank from WCW. The idea of you can work less days but get twice the money than what you were doing at the WWF, sooner or later is going to cause a lot of financial breakdown. I think that that may have led to the discovery that they lost 62 million in 2000. I think it may have contributed to that. Another reason may have been simply bad decisions. For example, when they build When they build Goldberg against Hollywood Hogan at the Georgia Dome, there was an opportunity to advertise it for the next pay-per-view. The place will be packed. Two of the biggest stars of that company going head to head. There you go. Let's make it a pay-per-view. Perfect. But instead, they decided to show it on Monday Nitro for free. That's lost wages right there, dudes. Now, I miss the WCW. I admit, I do. I watched it more than I did with the WWF. Primarily because the WWF would stop their airtime at 11 p.m., which is when I got off of work. I worked afternoons at that time. Nitro would be on at the same time. It would get off would end at the same time, but it would also be rebroadcasted on 1 a.m. Basically, Jim Ross said it best. WCW was mismanaged from the word go. Bad bookings, bad decisions, a lot of crazy shit. One of these days, I'm hoping to buy the book, The Death of WCW. And I would love to read what not to do when you're a manager of a wrestling company. Also give a copy to Dixie Carter, who is the owner of TNA Wrestling. Because for a while, it looked like she was headed around that same path. Well, thank goodness TNA is still together and are mostly focusing on the newer talent that they got. I remember seeing this on Monday Nitro during the wake of the NWO. Their plan was to destroy WCW. At one point, Sting, Luger, and Matt Savage were in the ring, and all of a sudden a bouquet of flowers come out with a note. Luger reads it, says, "Our condolences on the death of WCW." Macho Man takes that bouquet of flowers and kicks it out of the ring like a football. Wouldn't you know, in 2001, that actually would happen. I'm Dr. Earl W. Brown. Subscribe to my channel. Give this video and a couple others a like. I'll see you later.